Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Jacksonville Jaguars Insider Podcast. My name is John Shipley. I'm your host and beat reporter, and I have been your beat reporter covering the Jacksonville Jaguars for Sports Illustrated every single day since August 2019, and we are continuing to march through yet another offseason together. As always, Jaguars on SI is your best stop for all Jacksonville Jaguars news and analysis. Jacksonville Jaguars on SI gives you the most comprehensive Jaguars coverage you will find anywhere, whether it be locally or nationally. We deliver double-digit pieces of content every single day, and we give you audio, video, and written content live from the Jaguars facilities. Whether it's at practices, press conferences, training camp, and especially on game day. We're always there to give you an inside look at your favorite team. So don't forget that you can find us on social media, such as Facebook or Twitter, at Jacksonville Jaguars on SI or Jaguars on SI. And you can also find us at www.si.com/NFL/Jaguars. And most importantly, don't forget, you can find all of our content 100% free year-round for you, the faithful fans of Duval. Hello, everybody, to today's episode of the Jacksonville Jaguars Insider Podcast. We've been going over the free agent signings one by one the last few days. We've hit Eric Murray, Jordan Lewis, Robert Hainsey, Patrick McCarry, De'Ami Brown, and now we are moving on to number 6, quarterback Nick Mullens. Now, I'll be very frank. I don't have any takes on Nick Mullens, football player. He is a cookie-cutter backup quarterback. I mean, simply looking at his numbers, he's one of the rare backups who's probably willing to kind of be aggressive, throwing downfield, etc. He throws a good amount of interceptions as a result. He threw 10 in 2018 at 49ers. He threw 12 in 2020, and then he threw 8 in 2023. He's only had more touchdowns and interceptions in one of those 3 seasons, and that was as a rookie when he threw, 13 touchdowns. But he has started a good amount of games. He has started 20 games over his 7-year career, comes in as an experienced backup. Like I said, I don't have any takes on him, the on-field player, but I do have takes in terms of their process, which simply put, the way they went around getting a backup quarterback this time around compared to trading a 6th-round pick for Mac Jones and getting 8 touchdowns and 8 interceptions out of it, they clearly now aren't getting a comp pick because, new regime, they've had to sign a heavy amount of free agents to kind of churn a roster that they are not as high on as Trent Baalke was. Trading the 6th-round pick from Mac Jones was ridiculous. It was asinine. There's nothing anybody at the time. I remember I was getting messages from followers saying, "Hey, why are you going so hard about this? Lay off. It's only a 6th-round pick, yada, yada." I wouldn't have given up a conditional 2035 7th-round pick for a backup quarterback. Backup quarterbacks, the margins between the best ones and the worst ones and the margins between Mac Jones and Nick Mullens are not significant enough, in my opinion, to ever give up draft capital. I don't care if it's a 6th-round pick or a 7th-round pick. Good players were picked up after the Mac Jones pick the Jaguars traded away last year. Jordan Whittington and Bo Limmer are 2 to come to mind. Jaguars could have absolutely used them last year. Trading for Mac Jones was one of the, you can't say worst decisions the Trent Baalke regime made because it wasn't as consequential as some of the other bad decisions, but it was one of the ones that made the least amount of sense. It never made any sense. People are excited it's from Jacksonville, yada, yada, yada. It was a bad trade. Whereas now, going after Nick Mullens, he's somebody who, you paying in cap space a handful, couple million to a backup quarterback is much better than giving up a draft pick because the cap's going up. The value of draft picks is not changing. They will always be as important as they are. The cap is going up, though. You can stomach paying a backup quarterback a measly contract like they're paying Nick Mullens. Add in the fact that he knows Grant Udinski. He knows a lot of the terminology that's going to go on with the scheme. He's somebody who, he's more equipped, I think, experience and personality-wise to be a backup quarterback than what the Jaguars had last year. He's not a former first-round pick who's trying to get back, on track, etc. Nick Mullens knows what he is, and that's a backup quarterback. So it made a lot of sense to me. Once they signed him, I kind of felt stupid for not ever including him in any players to watch stuff. Kyle Trask was the big name, but Nick Mullens, there's a lot of reasons to understand why it happened. His fit with Udinski, comfort, familiarity can help Trevor Lawrence get up to speed. But the simple fact that they did not trade a draft pick for the backup quarterback this year, to me, is already an improvement on what they have done in the past. That is all I have for you for today's episode of the Jacksonville Jaguars Insider Podcast. We will be back tomorrow. As always, I'm John Shipley. Thank you. I'll be back next time.